Okay. This video, I guess I'll start by saying, hi, I'm Ashley. And pretty much, I just watched this amazing video. I watched this movie, and it's called Loving Jezebel. Pretty much this guy, he goes throughout his whole life loving these women that are in relationships and blah blah, etc, etc. It was a really great movie, and towards the end, I don't know, I guess as he had an epiphany in the movie, the character Theo, I kind of had my own epiphany about love. Later I'm gonna post something about this, but for right now, you know, I pretty much just want to say that I think I found, and it may sound stupid, but I think I found the key to loving someone. And I think that the key to loving someone is accepting them as they are, you know? I think the key to loving someone is loving that true, honest to God person inside of them, the part that not everyone else may love or wants to love. And in response to the movie, the main character Theo, he goes about his whole life loving these women that are in relationships with men who don't understand them, but he himself understands them to a T, you know, and he loves them so much, and he cares about them, and I guess you would kind of say he's the sensitive guy or whatever, but it was kind of deeper than that. It was more than just, oh, I'm this whimsical poet type of thing. He actually understood these women, and he loved in them what most men wouldn't, and that's what drew all these women to him, that made him so desirable to these women, because he actually understood them and actually took the time out to love the woman how she needed to be loved. And I think that is the key to love. You know, it's not about I guess it's not about, you know, looks, or it's not about, you know, loving what you want that person to be. It's loving the person as they are, as they came to you, as you found them, you know. And that's why I think that it's very important to get to know somebody truly and honestly before you can even say that you love them, because it's easy most times to love the idea of someone, or love an idea and expect someone that you're attracted to be what you expect them to be. You know, I myself, I've experienced that before. You know, just recently, not too long ago, I kind of stopped talking to someone because I pretty much had this, I guess as I got to know the person I thought this guy was, he really wasn't. And one day I finally, you know, just went to him and asked him, you know, like, why don't you let me know the real you? And when he started letting me know the real him, I just kind of didn't like it, so I had to stop talking to him in general, because it was almost like he was giving me these little bits and pieces of what he thought I would want. And me, I'm the type of female that if I'm going to love you, I'm going to love you for who you are. And I know this is probably really awful to put in video, but I've been on the other side of being a girlfriend. I've been the other woman in many cases, not necessarily saying I slept with the guy or whatever who was, you know, technically had a girlfriend, or you know, someone that he was attached to or whatever. But now, seeing that movie, I understand why I always get guys that are well, for the younger guys who are, in a long-term relationship or are in a relationship period. But a lot of times I also pull a lot of guys that are grown men who are married or in these long-term relationships and stuff like that. And I think that the thing is that I'm a very accepting person. I love people as they are, and not necessarily saying that I'm in love with them, but I care about people. And so because I care about people, it makes it really easy for someone to feel attached to me. It makes it really easy for someone to want to be around me, I guess. And I'm trying to say that like is in the least conceited way I can, but it's kind of hard. But I think that that's kind of why I always end up with guys that are with someone, because the person that they're with most times isn't the person that loves them for who they truly are. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say a man, I don't know a certain circumstance, but in general, let's just say a man has some quirky little thing about him, or let's just say he's messy. Okay, let's just say he's a really messy person. He's not neat. He's not the neat and tidy type of person. Okay, so the person that he's with, or the woman that he's living with, she doesn't like that. She's a neat freak, so in that circumstance, they're gonna argue about him not being neat. But see, there's a woman that he may have met that seems to, at the moment, love him wholly as who he is as a man. Him and all is his uncleanliness, whatever. And so for a man, from what I've learned, a man expresses his feeling for someone through physicality in most cases, whether it be on a friendly level, a simple hug, or on a more, I guess, sexual type of level, through rendezvous and such. But I think that it all makes sense that man who feels unhappy at home because the person he's with doesn't love that one little part of him, I think that it makes sense for him to want to be with someone else. I think it makes sense for him to cheat on his wife. I'm not saying it's good, or whoever she is, not wife or whatever, but girlfriend, whoever. I'm not necessarily saying that that's good, because I don't think that that's cool, but it happens, because he feels that he is not accepted wholly for who he is. So that little piece of him, if he can get away from his current woman and be with another woman for a few hours to feel as if his stress is relieved, he doesn't have to hear the nagging and the, oh my gosh, you're this and you're that and you're this and you're that, he's gonna go for that, and to me, it makes a lot of sense that way. It makes me really understand, seeing this movie has made me really understand a lot about why men cheat, but then at the same time, in some cases, the guy who is actually with someone but is cheating, or looking for someone else, or say the woman that is cheating or looking for something else, even though they have that physicality with someone outside of their relationship, the relationship that they're tied to, they may or may not claim the person that they see outside of the relationship. Most times that reason being that they are not sure about the other person, the person outside the relationship, mostly because that person outside the relationship, they may feel that that person is so great, that person is so amazing, so lovable, etc., that who's to say tomorrow, if I were to be with this person, that person may not love me in my entirety as well. You know, I don't know, I feel like this is a really long video. So I guess I'm gonna stop now. You know, I guess reblog if you like it, hell, whatever, I really don't care. But I just thought I had to, you know, say this because I felt like I almost had like an epiphany. I guess you could say that's the artist or the poet coming out of me. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'm Ashley, and I'm gonna sign off now. Bye bye.